Dread, you could get lost in this museum. So much ways to go, so much exit signs.
And you could get lost, but we literally are lost.
What's up, Trinbago Vibes peeps? Welcome to another episode of Trinbago Vibes. Yes, we are not in Trinidad in this one. I am rocking it. It's just raining a little bit and it's cold, you know, representing. But yeah, in this one, we are, there goes the bus. We are doing Paris, you know. Normally, we cover everything Trinidad and Tobago here on the channel. But right now, we're not in sweet TNT. Just thought I'd share my experience as a tourist, you know, well, from the West Indies / Caribbean on this side of the world. Yeah. And it's already 6 hours ahead from like back home in Trinidad. So, you know, just be wary of jet lag when you touch down. Jet lag is basically tiredness after a long travel time. Roughly, we took about 10 to 12 hours to reach here. Yeah. Now, some peeps show up and go with the flow, you know, others, well, I think most people would plan. And in this case, research was done, you know, via watching other vloggers and reading some blogs. And one thing peeps seems to mention was that the people in Paris, you know, the Parisians, are rude. Which in our case wasn't true, you know. Even when they knew a little English, we still got help when asked. A simple rule to use before you speak English is just say bonjour or bonsoir, you know, in night. Bonjour is morning, bonsoir is night. And followed by English or English, and they'll be able to tell you if they could speak it or not. Even like I mentioned before, even if they spoke a little bit of English, they still try to help you in like giving us directions and whatnot. So in my opinion, they wasn't rude at all. They were very patient. And also in the boulangerie, that's the French bakeries, right? When I went to order certain things, obviously I may have butchered some of the words and it would have probably annoyed the staff behind the counter, but they were still patient and made sure I pronounced their words properly. So it was a learning experience. Although it was like felt like I was getting buffed from, you know, an aunt in a sense. But regardless, they were not rude at all. Alright, so no matter what people tell you, right, a baguette is bread. So even if they bite into it and tell you it tasting good, just note it tastes like bread. You need like some butter or cheese or a deli slice or something for it to taste better than it is, than just biting into it and seeing it tastes good. Alright. Yeah, this real country. It is some very good bread, regardless. Now, before we visit a spot for the first time, you know, we'd normally check out what other vloggers and even some influencers would say about the place we are visiting, you know, just to get an idea about the place and to learn certain customs and even check out the sites to visit, so to speak, right? And, you know, shout out Les Frenchies. Yeah. Now, they warned us that when visiting Paris, like, you'll be walking a lot, right? And, Dread, that was so true. We was making at least 20,000 steps per day. Even when we had the Navigo card and like we had the unlimited pass kind of thing. Basically, that card allowed us to go on all their trains and buses unlimited times, you know, for the duration of our stay, well, up until midnight, Sunday midnight. So even with that, right, even when we stopped off at different spots and wasn't taking as much transport as possible, we were still clocking at least 20,000 steps per day. Yeah, so there is just something to prepare for, you know. And our next thing to note, especially when you're taking public transport, now this is my experience when we visit Montmartre, like heading towards the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, you know, I would highly recommend look for the elevator. Because when we came off the train platform, we saw some stairs. And I was like, all right, normally in other stops there's a good bit of stairs to climb, right? When I mean a good bit of stairs, I mean probably 3 or 4 flights of stairs. But for Montmartre, it felt like it was going on forever, Dread. Yeah, so just make note of that. Made it outside, finally. Just saved us a walk up more stairs, like these stairs here. Also, another lesson learned from these vloggers and everything was booking tickets to major tourist attractions. Do them in advance, right? It will save time and effort, because over the period of time, these spots is best to be filled up with people. Yeah, and sometimes the line is be long. And when I'm talking about these tourist spots, I'm talking about the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, you know, they get a lot of people over time. Like early in the morning is be kind of cool, but as time progresses during the day, it's begin to get more and more people. Well, an umbrella is always something good to have, as the weather was mostly rainy and cloudy during our trip. But you don't know the scene here, you know? Rain does only stop cricket, right? And you know, as a first-time tourist visiting Paris, visiting Europe for the first time, like, I know sometimes the mindset is be that when you reach this side of the world, so far away from home, it's good to like try and explore different European countries, and that's all well and fine if you could, and I guess that's the mindset. But on this trip, I've realized, especially here in Paris, especially here in France, that you could easily spend a week or 2 weeks here and still have a lot of things to explore and discover. And we chose to just spend the week here, and that was probably one of the best decisions made. Shout out my wife for that, because it allowed us to appreciate like the settings we were in and the area we were in, and of course the food we were eating and everything. Or just a nice vibes. Like I said, if you have that mindset, if you're coming this far, you don't know when next you'll come back on this side, that's fine. You want to hit as much as possible, do that, right? But sometimes it's always be good like to take a note from these Europeans. Just sit down, relax, and just take in the moments as they happen. Yeah, Trinbago vibes. Yeah, we know the place is a little cloudy and it's getting dark, but that's basically been our experience in France most of today, most of the week, most of this vacation. Rain, dreary weather. Now and again we get a little sun, but not too much. We've been tossing around a little bit, and it's, you know, a little smush.
It does taste cool.
Yeah. This is real pistachio flavor. You know what? Yeah. How you doing it?
Yeah.
That's a rose flavor. Totally different. Trying to remember if this is champagne or not.
I think it is. What is this one? I know this one is berries, right?
Yeah.
This was, oh, this cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
So,
Lime and cheesecake.
yes.
Yeah. Lemon on cheesecake or something.
Cheesecake, something in the Paris colors, as you can see.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the red, white, and blue. I like how easy it is. Oh, this is nice. This tastes like never familiar. Tastes like a certain cookie we used to get. Try it.
It tastes like a lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue, yes. Yeah. I was saying cookie, yeah, it tastes also like a lemon meringue. So, all in all, the food was real good. The main things, the Eiffel Tower, which we are under, we've been seeing it every night of our stay. So we've seen it lit up, we've seen it sparkly, we've seen it right now, regardless of the weather. We've been to the Arc de Triomphe. We've been to the Opera, which was amazing. We went to the Louvre earlier. We went to Montmartre, you know, and we got to visit the Sacré-Cœur, the Basilica. Yeah, and that was the first European church, you know, we visited, and it was huge. Like the Arc de Triomphe was huge, the museum was huge. This tower we under, the Eiffel Tower, is huge. So yeah, so those were some of the things we experienced. Some myths we visited in a sense, especially the one where I always thought like everything would open 9. and they had real places open like 7:30, and also everything is closed early. But they had real places. We even found a spot about what, 10:30, 11 o'clock, right? A pub to boot with some of the best wings we had. So it's always be good to do your own research, but sometimes you just have to come and experience things yourselves. And just remember, if you come to do the touristy things, you know? Not every, keep an open mind, because not often would you know, be able to, at least for us, we won't be able to probably visit here as often as we would like. Yeah, but you know, very good. Anywho, hope you all enjoy this out of Trinidad experience kind of thing, and I will see you all in the next one later. Au revoir.